PCMS Royals, welcome back.
We are so glad to be with you live from the Central School at one of our locations today.
Today is Monday, April 27th, and the fourth week of our distance learning adventure, and the final week of Autism Awareness Month. That's April, of course. Big thanks, Mrs. Conger, for these great shirts supplied to our staff. Mr. Gagnon and myself sporting these great shirts, and most of our staff have these as well. Once again, Autism Awareness Month in April. Make sure that you be kind and always share a smile.
We are taking our morning announcements today on the road. We are coming to you from different locations. Obviously, we're in the gymnasium right now, and we're going to be, again, talking to you, teacher trivia today, what's going on down with our meal program, talking about locker cleanup. Gosh, we have so many items from the lockers that we're able to hand out. I know Mr. Delaney is going to talk a little bit more about that, but we want to take this opportunity this Monday morning to kind of move around the building and let you know the building's still here. It's pretty clean, but it's pretty empty, and we do miss everybody.
At this time, once again, every morning, we're going to start things off with our Pledge of Allegiance and moment of silence.
At this time, Plainfield Central Middle School and the Plainfield School community, will you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you.
Morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Don't forget to respect yourself, respect others, and respect our school community. Stay safe. We miss you.
Now it's time for our weekly school news segment, once again brought to you by Mr. Gagnon.
Good morning, everyone. Notice Mr. Delaney and I, not only are we sporting these shirts, which are, out of respect for Autism Week. Again, as Mr. Delaney said, thanks to Ms. Conger for that, but we are still practicing our distancing. We're working together every day, but we're still at the very least 6 feet apart. In the background, we have a couple people saying hello to you. We are talking about our meal program, and we're still somewhere between 225 and 300, depending on the weather and depending on the days. So it's nice to see a good, steady flow each Monday through Friday, kids and their parents coming in to make sure to pick up their meals. It's really critical at this time. 8th graders, so much dialogue right now going on about ending of the year. We're talking a lot with our high school colleagues, with their seniors, how to end the year. I know you received some information the other day. I cannot tell you how heartwarming it is to hear from so many staff members in our building who are just concerned about how are we going to end the year, because nobody really knows at this point, but I guarantee you we are going to end the year thinking of you, something appropriate. You will be acknowledged. There's many more details to come, but we have certainly not forgotten you. Speaking of that, 8th graders, there are several field trips that many of you and your parents have paid for already. I know Mrs. Griffin and Miss Williams are in there. A lot of refund checks will be returned. That's a huge process, but I want you to know that is underway. Another question that came up towards the end of last week was yearbooks. Good news is the yearbooks were already ordered before we left for the break, so that's good. And Mrs. Bork and Mrs. Clark have let me know that they actually ordered a few extra, so yearbooks are something this time of year people are going to start to think about. So those are some information, some news that should be of some value to you.
Student locker items. Thanks so much to the numerous parents and students that came out to PCMS this week, or last week rather, to pick up their locker items. We had easily over 100 families come through and pick up locker items, but we still have more items left behind. If you left items in your lockers and you're concerned that they're left behind, please call the school anytime from roughly 8 o'clock to 1 o'clock Monday through Friday. Our office staff will verify if you have things here at school. And if you do, you come by, we can pass along to you, curbside pickup once again, and grab those items. We have all kinds of items here, bagged here on tables with your names.
Some bigger than others?
Yeah, some bigger than others for sure. But if you have things there and you're concerned, please call the school we'll get those items to you. And the last thing on the item list here is Teacher Appreciation Week. It's next week, the week of May 5th there. Also Cinco de Mayo.
Yes, that's correct.
So Teacher Appreciation Week is next week. Please reach out to teachers, send them an email, send them a message on Google Hangout, Google Classroom, a little shout out on social media. Reach out to them. We can't do this, what we do each and every day in a regular year, never mind this crazy year we're in, without our teachers. So thanks so much to the teachers, and a big shout out to them for Teacher Appreciation Week next week.
Would you like to join us? Oh, come here, Canada. Come here. Oh, I wish we could, but today is not a good day. I wonder what the weather will be like this week. Well, the weather for this week is Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday are going to be rainy and in the low 50s. Tuesday and Friday are supposed to be partly cloudy and again in the low 50s. I bet that Friday would be a great day for us to take a walk. We need to remember to remain socially distant, take our awesome dogs for a walk, and then what else, Mrs. Cole? Oh, and also, public service announcement, boys and girls, all responsible dog owners are always prepared in case their dog, you know, Jack knows. Have a wonderful week.
Hey PCMS, it's Mr. Salerno with your quote of the week. Sometimes you have to let life turn you upside down in order to learn to live right side up. I know things are a little challenging right now. They're a little upside down, but they'll be back to normal and right side up. I hope you have a good week.
What's up, Plainfield Central? It's Mr. McHugh from Orange Team here with your birthdays of the week. This week for student birthdays, we've got my namesakes, Gunnar Craig and Garrett Craig. We've also got three birthdays from Orange Team. We've got Jake Taylor, Rose Barnes, and Emma Ferguson. We've also got Jaden Richards, Jacob Talon, Shane DePani, Jaden Lewis, and James Bishop. Finally, for staff birthdays, we got our wonderful paraprofessional, Mr. Ray, and we have our amazing custodian, Mr. Cohen. Have an amazing birthday, guys. Have a great week.
Hi PCMS, it's Mrs. Rand and
Cooper.
with your joke of the day.
What do you get when you cross a snowman with a crocodile?
I don't know. What do you got?
Frostbite.
Ah, that's a good one. Have a great day, everybody.
And thank you for visiting the joke of the day.
Here's a look at this day in history. April 27th.
In 1822, the Union Civil War general and 18th President Ulysses S. Grant was born in Point Pleasant, Ohio. On this day in 1937, the very first Social Security checks were mailed out. In 2005, President Vladimir Putin became the first Russian head of state to visit Israel. And on this day in 4977 BC, the universe was created. Not really, but that's what renowned 17th century German astronomer Johann Kepler believed. But when it came to calculating the exact date of the Big Bang, he was off by about 13.7 billion years. And that's this day in history.
Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Bork with this week's word. It is braggadocious. Braggadocious means to be boastful or arrogant. An antonym for braggadocious is humble or modest. Now I will use braggadocious in a sentence. The pitcher was very braggadocious when he told the team they would lose without him. Hope you're having a great day.
Hello, PCMS students, staff, and parents. DJ Psych back again for another music trivia. So, last week we introduced you to the LP long playing vinyl album is what it is, and that came out in 1948, believe it or not. Last week we played Bob Seger, Fire Lake. So this week what I'd like to do is introduce you to the 45. Now the 45 also is vinyl, but it has different revolutions, and 45 stands for revolutions per minute. Today we have classic Van Halen. So staff, this is for you. If you know this, please give a call in. Here we go. Hello? Who's this? Oh, Mr. Grant! How you doing, Mr. Grant? What's the name of the song? That's right, Panama by Van Halen. Good job, Mr. Grant. See you soon. All right, again, 45 vinyl. Now, another staff song I'd like to play for you, this time using a cassette tape. The cassette tape followed the vinyl. Now, interestingly, the cassette tape was very difficult to maneuver because if you wanted to play the third song, you had to go ahead and fast forward or rewind. Today, I have to rewind to get to the very first song that I'm going to play for the staff. Sounds like it's queued up and ready to go. Hello? Who do we have here? Oh, Mrs. Borg, congratulations! And yes, that is correct, Billy Joel Allentown. Excellent job, staff. All right, time for the student song using modern technology. Good luck, students. Here we go. Alexa, play student song.
Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy.
Alexa, stop. There you go, students. Good luck. Again, hope to see you soon. DJ Psych, out.
Bring me down, I said. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without.
And once again, we come to one of our last segments here, Teacher Trivia. Mr. Gagnon.
Always one of my favorite segments, Teacher Trivia. We are continuing our roaming around the building today. You probably noticed in our background, hopefully you noticed in our background, our newly painted library.
Newly painted?
Newly painted.
Excellent.
Newly painted within the last week or so. You probably remember that we used to call it Battleship Gray, just plain old morbid gray. Well, now it's pretty bright in here, and we're pretty proud about that. So, trying to spice things up and make the use of our time. We're pretty happy with the royal blue colors out there. So, Teacher Trivia. Last week, we had a staff member who was a travel agent, who traveled to Venezuela, who loves dark chocolate, who drove a school bus for 4 years, and her goal was to run a race in all 169 Connecticut towns.
That's amazing.
Must have stumped people because we didn't have a winner?
No winner this week. No winner.
Didn't have a winner. But Mrs. Bork, that's who that is, Mrs. Bork.
Mrs. Bork.
And I can attest, she has said many weekends that, yep, I got another race in another town. So she really does do that. So let's go on to this week. This week, this individual, this person, has studied abroad in college at the University of South Africa. This person is a former bat boy and mascot for the AA New York Yankees. not the Boston Red Sox, the New York Yankees. This person played college soccer at the University of Delaware. I believe that's home of the Blue Hens, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so, yes.
Okay. This person coached high school baseball and soccer and won not one, not two, not three, but 4 state championships. Wow. And he or she has a Portuguese water dog named Murphy. So get those entries into this guy to my left, your right, but my left. When are they supposed to get those in by, Mr.
So
Delaney?
anytime throughout the week is fine,
Okay.
but obviously by Friday would be great. It's DelaneyC@plainfieldschools.org. Send them to me anytime you want, and we will announce the winner next week.
Delaney C. They're probably forgetting the C.
Maybe.
Delaney
Delaney
C.
C.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people got in this week, but sadly no one was correct, so hopefully we'll get it next week.
Let's get some winners this week. And for our final location today, we really want to just reach out and say thank you for joining us each week. Thanks for taking a few minutes out of your busy schedule. Thanks for the nice people who drive by and wave to us, always offering a smile. It makes a difference. Making a smile, especially these days, really makes a difference. So thank you.
Bye, everyone. Have a great week. Go Royals.